Hello and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 and the Survival Series. Right, so we can now see the ground. The snow is all dissipated, as you can see. And we've actually got, a good look at the field and what it's been left like. So there's a lot of weeds going on here. There's still all the large stones as well. But we're not going to be able to get rid of them because getting a stone collector is going to be a lot of money. So we can definitely do anything else, though, to get this pretty much prepped. I don't know about mulching. Mulch is probably a bit costly. But we can definitely cultivate it. So we're going to need to buy a cultivator. And I have seen one, I think I might have showed it before in an episode, which is really cheap. It's just a few tyres. And it's, really reasonably priced. I think it's about £100. So we can go with that. And we can get starting on this field. I don't know what I'm going to grow, though. Looking at the crop calendar, we can't really be doing wheat, barley, or canola. So I might have to do oats again if I want straw. That's my option. Or soybeans. Soybeans might be good because of the money. But I would really like to get some straw, just in case I do need any. So I'm stuck between oats and soybeans, I think, because of obviously getting a harvester. We don't want to get two types of headers if we go for corn and sunflowers. So I think my best shout is either sorghum, oats, or soybeans. And that's going to be the best bet. But we will start work on this field very soon. So there's lots to do in this episode, lots to get through. As you can see, I've got 11,000 litres of strawberries that I'm going to sell as soon as possible. I'm not going to be doing much when it comes to getting these strawberries anymore. I'm not going to, if I do any and fill that up with water over there, which it has just run out, I'm going to just set it that it sells automatically. I'll probably get less income, but it just means we don't have to keep hauling these. And with the way that pallets are working, it's not working too good. So we'll just sell them directly from the greenhouse. So, looking at the pit, this is something that I want to upgrade. Now, we've got quite a bit of money, 15,000. We have done a lot of the upgrades. We'll show you that in a second. Properly tidied it up, made it look really nice. So we'll go over there in a second after we've been up to the shop and sold the strawberries. But I do want to obviously get a better bunker, something that holds a little bit more. Maybe it's got some sides to it. This needs to go in as well, but we're going to do some silage again, so I won't compact it. I'll just place it into the pit, and then we can hopefully hold a lot more. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to sell this because we don't want it anymore. That's just the way it is. I'm going to sell it. There you go, 2,900. Not too shabby. So let's go to silos, I think it is, and let's have a look to see what we can buy. This one here for 10,000. I do like this a lot. I really do. I mean, it's perfect for what we need. Let's just check if there's anything else. I don't think there is. I think that's the only option for us. And to be honest, it's not that bad. You can drive through it, which is pretty good. So if we just try and keep it off the road, plonk it there, I think that looks alright. It's much better. So let's do a bit of landscaping just to tidy this up. We want it obviously to go in here. We'll keep this same colour texture for the ground, and we'll just try and, I think it's because I'm standing there again. Yep, that's fine on that side, and then because we want to drive through it, we'll do the same over here. There we go. Round it out a bit. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. So we might need to tidy this bit up here. So if we just get some grass and make it look a bit better around the edges. So this hopefully now will hold a lot more because we've got a much bigger sides to it. I'm just going to have to move out of the way because obviously it's causing a bit of issues where I'm standing. So let's do that again. Yeah, so hopefully this is going to hold a lot more, which will benefit us. I mean, we have paid a bit of extra cash for this. I should have got it the first time round, really. There we go. And there we go, that looks much better, really does. So at some point I will plonk that into this silo, this bunker. So I'm happy with that. I think that's a much better upgrade, it really is. So that's the one job done. So let's head over to the shop and we'll go and do the next jobs. We've got £8,896 left. I have got some logs I've chopped down, but I will go over there in a second, like I said, show you exactly what's gone on, how good it looks. I'm really happy with how it's turned out, really am. And we'll sell them logs because I do want to try get some items. Obviously I need a cultivator, and I've got a sprayer on the list. We've done the new bunker, and then obviously we need to look at maybe a harvester, and I think it's time to get a different tractor. Right, so we're here at the shop. I do think that every time I make that drive it gets longer. It really does. But it's nice to be able to see the road this time around. So we're going to sell these. We're going to take them to this sell point over here. Hopefully we get a nice little bit of cash that brings us over the 10,000 mark. There we go. We should be flying over the 10,000 mark, hopefully. Look at them. Which one's the first one that's going to drop? There is a lot, 11,000 litres, and we're getting there close, very close now. There we go. So we made £3,000 from that, which isn't bad at all, which just brings us just under £12,000. So let's just stop here. We're going to disconnect this, and what we're going to do next is we're going to drive into here. We're going to park it up because this is going to be the last time that we see this 6120. It has been good, but we do need a better tractor. Now, what we're going to get, it's not that much of an upgrade, but it is technically four-wheel drive, and that is important. We're still going to get a John Deere, but I found one that I think it looks a lot like this tractor. It really does. But I think it's a 6300. So it is a bit of an upgrade, and it's actually priced around the same. So not too much of an impact when it comes to the cost. Looks like our trailer's sank into the ground, so we'll have to sort that out in a second. So let's get this done, let's get this sorted. If the lady stays there, I'll be able to sign the papers. So what we're going to do is just sell our tractor, 20,700, there we go. And then I'm going to go to small tractors, and if I scroll along, the John Deere that I'm looking for. So we owned this one, which was actually more than these. These are the ones I'm going for. So this is the 6300. I'm going to get the one with a cab, and as you can tell, it is four-wheel drive, and if we can put a weight on the front if we wanted to. I mean, it would be nice to have the option to have a linkage at the front, or even even a PTO. That'd be good. So let's just do some rear weights. There's an option there for a rear weight. If you can just see it behind, not that one, this one. So you can see that it's adding rear weights there, and then eventually it'll add them to this side. But I think that should be fine there. So this is 100 horsepower. We can get 105, but really for the £2,100 for 5 horsepower, I don't think it's worth it. So I think this is perfect. So let's grab this now. There we go. So we've got the tractor. So all we need to do now is get ourselves a cultivator, which is eluding me. I think it might be up. There we go. And we don't need anything too big. This one here, £100, 4 meters. Look at it. Dead simple, does the job. And then we've got £10,000 left. So what I am actually going to do is purchase the sprayer, because really all I need to do now after this is get a sprayer and a harvester. But the harvester we're gonna set a good target. We're gonna get a pretty good one this time around. Majority of the income for that is going to be from logging. So where am I looking for now? Sprayers, where are you? There you are. So there's one here, the Shepherd sprayer, for 5,000, and I think that is perfect for what we need. And it means that we can spread some herbicide straight after planting. And so now we've got some equipment that we obviously need to try and get back to the farm. But this is it. This is the 6300. This is our upgrade. There we go. It's got a nice turn to it. Pretty sharp. So I'm happy with this. So what we're going to take back first, let's just see if it hooks up well to the sprayer. I'm hoping it does. I mean, you wouldn't really tell that this is anything different. There we go. Doesn't need anything else connecting. Nope, that's fine. So there's our sprayer. Let's just take this back, and then I think what we'll do is we'll do some logging so we can generate a bit more money, and I will show you around the upgrade to the farm. Right, so we're nearly back. I'm going to just drop this sprayer off at the field because we're going to be using it at some point. So there's no point in taking it and parking it away and then just going to collect it again. We may as well park it up right by the field. Look at that bunker. It does stand out. It's much bigger. So it is a massive upgrade. I feel like I want to drive through it again with the new and improved John Deere. Yeah, that's pretty smooth. Right, so let's just plonk this up probably about here. We'll be fine. Just drop that down. There we go. So we can now leave it there for a bit and we'll come back. We will be doing some cultivating. I will head back to the shop and pick up the cultivator as well, and I'll get the trailer at some point. So when we started off the series, this is the area that we started off with. That's that little hut and everything else, and then we've been making a clearing, and this is the reason why I did it, because I wanted to obviously expand out. So as you can see, I've got a cattle grid because eventually this is where all the animals are going to live. On the left hand side is the sheep little enclosure that we put in, and then this over here is a shed that I also put in. So let's just get out and show you around. So like I said, I've put a cattle grid in, a few little tiny little decorative items. So because obviously we do quite a lot of logs over here, we're going to need a lot of firewood to keep warm in them winter months when all that snow drops. So yeah, the cattle grid's gone here. I've tried to flatten everything out the best I can. I think I did an alright job. It's not too bad. There is certain areas you can see here where it's not perfect, but it works pretty well. Again, a few more decorative items that I've placed down, some drums and buckets and stuff. But then this is where the sheep are going to go. And I think they've got a nice little enclosure. They really have. So that's that area. I've then put this little middle patch in here with a bit of grass, a few bushes, some little trees, the tiny trees they are. And then when obviously we come properly into spring, you'll see them change into the nice blooming colour. Again, I put a few extra decorative items over here. I think that's like a electric box, bit of a generator or something like that. I think it's a generator. Yeah. And then over here, this is where I'm going to store some bales. So I've got my grass bales in here. I've put the lime big bags that I've got in there. But what I really did like was this. This is a mod where you can store big bags. You can press the button and it'll bring out the bottom and the top. So you can obviously collect them. There we go. So we've got that. I've put the fertiliser in and the seeds in there. That was around £2,000. Again, I've put loads of decorative items around. Some gas canisters over here, an IBC. And then this is where a lot of the big equipment's going. So got the trailer that we've been using, the pickup for the silage, the baler that we need to swap out at some point. We really do. We do need a good baler and a good wrapper, but they're just so costly. Balers though are probably easier to get, so we could probably replace this baler soon enough. And then I've just parked the Porsche down this side with the plough, and then the silo is now all flattened out pretty nice. I've made it so we can directly get to it from this point here, so we can obviously pick up and tip here. And then there's a few more trees over here, so there was 4, and I have just chopped them down. I think there's 5 actually, so we do need to collect them. And then what I've done is, because I've fenced this area off, knowing that this is now the maximum area to where we can expand out to from this side, I've kind of like swung the road around so we can now go in this direction, because we can't go any more over here, but there is a hell of a lot of trees that we own in that direction. So if we do any more logging and we put maybe something to do with cows, maybe a cow barn, anything else on that kind of side, we can even possibly do another field in this area eventually. But it's all going to be in that direction. And as you can see, there's a hell of a lot of trees that we own that we need to chop down to make that clearing. So if I just jump up in the sky and fly around, you can see how much it's changed from when I placed it down. I put quite a lot of time and effort in just to try and make it look like something you'd see on a map. And I'm happy with how it's turned out. It is pretty unique. And I do like the fact that it kind of goes up a hill a little bit and then obviously curves off to the right. And then if we have a look up here now, you can see why I've done it. This is our boundary edge and all these trees we own. So we're now curved in this direction, and really we should be heading over here. So we could curve even more. If we like try and aim across with where the silo is, we'll be going in the right direction. I mean, we could do more over here, but if we just try and cut maybe another circle out in there, we can place. The aim is to place it like a cow barn with some area for like a pasture for them as well. I think that'd be perfect. But yeah, like I said, I'm really happy with it. It's a massive upgrade, and definitely we've expanded out quite well. So we need to keep making money so we can carry on. So let's just get these logs sorted out. We're going to have to just obviously chop these up. Doesn't really matter how big these are because we're going to drag them. Bigger the better though when it comes to the money we get. But then again, we have to think about the tractor. But we have got a different tractor now, so I wonder how it'll perform. It's going to be interesting to see. So let's just try and take 2 of these trees now, chop them up, get them sorted out. This is a big one. Let's see if we can pull that from there. And then we'll get work on the field, and we'll try and to at least get it ready to plant whatever we decide to do. But the money we generate now is literally just going to be for a harvester. It's really important that I get a harvester, because without one, we're not going to be able to do much. So, let's turn that on, and let's start dragging some of these. So we'll take these first, and then we should be alright to take the other ones. This tractor's doing well so far. It's pulling them. I wonder how it'll get over there. Yeah, perfectly fine. Snagged it a little bit, but we're alright. So hopefully then we'll come back and do the second trip and be able to take the remaining ones all in one go. Now it's going to be difficult because there's some heavy logs left. I've kind of taken the smaller logs on this one. Should have mixed it up a bit maybe. There we go. Ooh, wrong button. So if we just Shift B, there we go. Now I think I can pick this one up, so I can maybe push that one there. There we go. So that's £1,200 for them, which is about right. Let's just give these a quick nudge, and hopefully we can get them bang on. There we go. Happy days. So, there you go. 1,700 for them, which isn't too bad. I mean, like I said, they were the smaller size logs that we had. So, let's go and try and pick up the rest of them. See if we can get over the 10,000 mark, which will be a good start. Because like I said, harvest is all we need now, pretty much. We need some herbicide. We've got seeds, we've got everything else. So, we do need sheep as well, but we can't do anything until we get enough feed. I mean, I do want to get a good amount of sheep, so I think it makes sense to try and wait that one out instead of just getting some now. We may as well get a good amount of them that are at the right age as well. Let's see if we can drop one of them. Let's drop this one. See if that helps it. There's one massive one, but I don't want to not take that because he is the first one. So it'll drop them all if I take that one off. We'll get there. It might be slow going, but we'll definitely get there. Very close now. Very close. Probably, like I said, dragged too many here, but just makes our life a little bit easier, doesn't it? I think I'm being a bit lazy. If we had the equipment, we'd properly do this on trailers and everything, get a logging trailer, but lifting it up is just a lot more work than just dragging them. But the problem with dragging them is you need a good tractor as well to drag enough of them. There we go, that's that. and drop this one off. We do have one more to go and collect, but this should be fine for the meantime. There we go. So 3,700. It's pretty good income, and we are well above now the 10,000 mark. So if we look at maybe a harvester around 30,000 to 40,000, I think we can do that. That shouldn't be an issue. I mean, it will be a much better harvester than we got the first time around. I won't be going at 2 miles an hour. There we go. And finally, we got another 3,967. God, logging is so good. It really is. It really does help make a hell of a lot of money. Right, so let's just quickly go and drop the last one off, and then I'll head up to the shop and we'll go and collect the cultivator so we can get work on that field. They do like swinging about. They really do. So this is the last one. I just grabbed a few more, chopped a few more bits from the other trees just for while I'm making one more trip. I may as well try and maximise that trip out, and I think I am at the maximum weight I can do here, 4 miles an hour. Let's see if I can calculate this one spot on. Swing it in. There we go. I'm happy with that. I might be able to sell all these in one go. So boosh on that and boosh on that. Job done. Don't think I can pick that one up, so let's go and push these again. But 3,469, we're already at 20,000. Think how much money we could make from selling all the trees and making another clearing. It really is crazy money. Logs are so good on this game, and this is on hard difficulty. So God knows what it's like on medium or easy. I mean, I never play on easy. I usually do play on normal difficulty. So 1,400, we're already at 20,000. That is at pretty much 10,000 more than I expected. I wanted to be at 10. So it just shows what a difference it makes when you sell logs at certain sizes. If you do sell them, you know, it's the small pieces that you can actually pick up, then obviously it's easier in the sense you can pick them up, but you do then have to take a hit on the income you get. It's been a good episode. We've got a new bunker, we've got a brand new tractor, which is a tiny bit of an upgrade, and then we've also got a massive new area that looks really good, and we're now going to cultivate, start some field work. And the grass again, that's going to be soon. This grass field on the left hand side coming up is big, really is a big grass field. Do need to at some point I do need to plough that and plant in our own grass so we can actually look after it a little bit better and try and maximise our yield a bit more. So that is something that we're going to do at some point, but not this time round. As you can see, it's perfectly fine. We just need to get that mowed, fill up that bunker again. We'll be getting some good money from the silage, fingers crossed. It might be time as well to upgrade our trailer at some point, just before we sell the silage in the winter times, because it's not too bad. I mean, it holds 15,000 litres, but we've got a bigger bunker now and it's going to be more trips. So if we can get something that's around 20, 25 would be perfect. That's just going to make our life easier. So we'll have a look around that time. Obviously there's a few things beforehand like the harvester, but we'll have a look around that time just to see how much money, see if we can find a trailer basically that we can target at, and then we can even, you know, generate the money in advance from more logging. Right, so here we are, back at the field with the cultivator, which is, again, just 3 tyres, really a massive bargain. So let's get starting on this. This shouldn't take too long, it's not the worst size, 4 metres, so we can do this with ease. And then we will plan it, like I said, what we're going to start planting. Probably is best, again, just to stick to oats, it could be. I do like the idea of doing soybeans though, I really do. And this time around we're going to have to obviously maintain them weeds. We don't want them weeds to grow, so straight after planting we're going to spray some herbicide. And I'm hoping that that doesn't then have a negative effect on the actual crop itself as it's growing, but I'm not 100% certain because I haven't actually tested that out. Something that I've always wanted to test. I've never got around to doing it. I don't know if it's like a good idea to spray herbicide just before you plant, and then it wouldn't have a negative effect on the crop, or if by doing it before, it doesn't then obviously stop the weeds from growing while the crop's been planted. So I'm hoping if you plant it just before the crop obviously grows, so it's just planted, it stops the weeds from coming, but then also doesn't have a negative effect because it hasn't actually touched the crop itself. That's my guess, and I think I'm being a bit hopeful, but you never know. So before I do a montage, it's that time again where I give a shout out to someone on my Discord server. So each month I've been giving out a shout out to one member, and in the Discord we're just giving them the role of member of the month, and that can go to anyone that's just really active, really helpful, who's just put a lot of time in. And this time around it's going to go to Dwarrick Dog. So I want to give a big shout out to Dwarrick Dog, and I want to thank him for all the time and effort he's put into his farm blog. I'll share some pictures right now in the video of the farm blog. So he's been showing off his roleplay kind of story within the server in the farm blog channel. So definitely go and check that out if you're in the Discord, because it is worth a read, and a hell of a lot of time and effort has gone on into that by Dwarrick Dog, and also a few other people that have done it as well. I did also mention it in the last shout out that I did for the member of the month on Discord. Same thing applied. This is someone else that's putting a hell of a lot of time into doing their own farm blog, but also as well, he's been really active, especially on the multiplayer server that's just launched. So I've got my own multiplayer server called Scroftopia, and that is live, and all the information is in my Discord. So if you do want to go and check that out, or even join in and help out, it is really fun. It's quite active as well. There's always someone online, which is nice to see. We've got people from all around the globe, so there's always someone online on that. But yeah, if you do want to find out any more information on that, please jump into the Discord, links in the video description, and yeah, anyone in there can help you if you're struggling to find the information, but it is in all the multiplayer area, and there is some mods required. But yeah, big shout out to Dwarrick Dog for being really active on the server, being dead helpful, his farm blog as well, it's been really good to read, and also being active on the multiplayer server. But one last thing I just want to do is quickly shout out his channel. So he's just started off his own YouTube channel. I think he's done a couple of videos, and I will put a link in the video description for that. So go check him out, give him a sub, go watch his videos, and yeah, keep an eye out because he might be doing some more soon. But yeah, big thank you to Dwarrick Dog. Right, so I've kind of gone round here and done about 3 headlands now, and I think that's plenty. And there's no point in actually me doing courseplay on this. There really isn't. I can fly through this. This actually works at a really good speed. And as you can see, we are, yeah, burning through it. But I think it is a perfect time for me to do a montage. So I'll stick that in now. And then we'll have a look at the field at the end. We're probably not going to do any more work on it, because we're going to need to plant at the right time. But at least we've got rid of the old harvested ground, and also the weeds. We'll probably pop back up before we do planted anyway, but it doesn't matter. Right, so there we go. Tried something a little bit different there instead of a montage. I kind of thought a nice time lapse from the sky. And full credit goes to a comment that I got on one of my videos saying, why don't you try something different instead of the original montages I do. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love doing them montages. It's kind of become a brand thing for me. So I will be doing that pretty much 99% of the time, but I thought I'd try it out just to see what everyone thinks. So kind of a time lapse from like a bird's eye view of what's going on. Yeah, did courseplay in the end on that. So the next step is going to be to spray some herbicide on that, and then planting when we decide what we're going to do, but we're a bit way off that, so we don't need to worry too much on that. I maybe shouldn't park that in there. It looks like I've just got grass equipment over there, so maybe it is better to try and just stick it up here somewhere. I mean, it doesn't really matter with this. It is kind of just a few tyres and a rusty bar, so it doesn't matter about where we store it. It can be outside like the plough. So we'll just plonk it over here, I'd say. There we go. Job done. So let's just unhitch this, and then we're pretty much set. I think the only thing we need to do now really is just to keep selling some logs, try and open out that clearing a little bit more. But there's one thing I'm going to do just before we end the episode. Right, so the last thing I want to do is I want to get a sheep. Just one. That's all I want to do. I'm going to get one sheep and we're going to call it Sean. Sean the sheep. Let's go with... Why don't we go with one of these? I think this is fine. We'll just get one for now. So I just wanted to get the one sheep, like I said, chilling out, just to see how it looks. And I think that's pretty sound. So let's just close the gate because we don't want Sean running away. Job done. Now, let's try and see if we can give him some feed. Let's just have a quick look at exactly what he wants. He needs a bit of water. He needs a bit of grass, which also, I'm sure that can be hay as well at the same time, but obviously grass, hay, same thing. And that's it. That's pretty much it. So let's just see if we can drop this grass silage bale over there. Oh, this is the only thing that I didn't think about, the fact that it looks like I need something like a really small motor just to get into this. It would be better as well if we had a proper bale fork. Go on, you can do it. There we go. So that's filled up its trough for the one sheep, Sean. So we should be happy. So now all we need to do is try and get the water in. Now, it does look like the trigger is on the inside, which is a nightmare. It really is. Because that means I've got to try and find a way of getting through that gate with something for water. This is why I really liked the water pumps that you could get within seasons 9 to FS19. So we need something over here, don't we? Interesting. I'll figure that out for the next episode, definitely. We'll get some water in here if it's the last thing I do. I might just have to find something really, really small that holds water, like an IBC or something. And then obviously something that can get through this gate, which is something, like I said, never thought about, but we'll figure it out. There's always a solution. Looks like Sean's enjoying his grass anyway, and that's the main thing. So I think that's a perfect point for me to end the episode on. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up because that really does help my channel out. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator.